Okay, now if you looked at your notes, we're going to be doing some proofs, and we're going to write the steps down in our foldable. This is the side we've been working on, but I want you to flip it over to the back where we left this middle part blank, and we're going to put our steps here. And we're going to first write down the steps 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 that we're going to use on every single proof, and then we're going to actually practice with them. So this is going to be steps for proofs. And we have steps 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We don't have to use all of these every time, but we will need to go through and make sure we look at each one. Step 1, label the picture if we need to. And I want to look at our example problem as we write these down. So here's our number 1 on our notes. It says label the picture if needed. Well, this information is not on the picture, so let's put it on there. AB goes with DE, AC goes with DF, and angle A is the same as angle D. That's step 1. We've already done that before in what we've been doing the rest of the week. So that was not hard. We've already done that. Step 2, write the given. This part you should always get right on every single proof problem because it's the same every time. You just write the given. So let's go to our example problem and let's do it. I just take what's given here and I write it over here. I just copy this down exactly here. I just copied it down over there. And my reason is that it was given. That's it. That's all I have to do. Take this, write it down, the reason's given. That's step 2. I think everyone can do step 2. Now step 3 says, can you prove congruent? And this is a question which now we're going to say, do I know enough information to know if they're congruent? And my options are side, 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 angle, side, angle, side, angle, 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 side, hypotenuse, leg. Take a second, pause the video, copy that down. Okay, so let's go to our proof and see if we can do that or not. Well, let's look here. Side, angle, side. It looks like I have side, angle, side on this one. So if I have a yes here, I'm going to go down to step 4, which is state the congruence. This is literally also the same thing we've been doing. We're just going to state the congruence and the postulate. That's literally the same thing we've done up here at the top every time. You write the congruence statement and which postulate you use. And these are super easy because it's literally what they're asking me to prove. This is what I need to prove. And you just copy this down exactly right here. Triangle ABC is congruent to angle DEF. And I know that by, in this case, side, angle, side. I don't even need anything else. I'm done. I proved what it asked me to prove. Alright, let's do the next one. And let's follow the same steps. So step 1. Label the picture, if needed. Okay, we need to label the picture. BC is congruent to EF, B is the same as E, and C is the same as F. Okay, that was step 1 here, label the picture. Again, that's not new. We've been doing that every day. So that was the same part we've been doing. Step 2, write to the given. Once again, you just take the givens that are right here, and you put them in number 1. BC. I take this, I copy it down here, and the reason is given. Then, that's step 2. Step 3 is, can you prove congruent? Here's my options. Well, let's look at our picture. This looks like angle, side, angle. So, angle, side, angle. Yes, we can prove it, so state the congruence and the postulate. So again, I don't have to come up with it this time because I even wrote it here. I wanted to prove triangle ABC is congruent to a triangle DEF, and we decided that that's angle, side, angle. You know you're done when you've written the proof statement and you finished it. All right, the next one. We're still following our steps. Step 1, label the picture. AB is congruent to CD. AD is congruent to CB. Okay, so that's what I have there. I label the picture with the information up there. Don't add anything else. Just what it tells you in the given is all you put on here. Step 2, write the givens. Okay, write it. Copy this over here. And my reason is always, that's what we were given. Okay, now, step 3, can you prove congruence? Is this right here, just what's on the picture, enough to prove the congruence? No, because I just have 2 sides. I don't have enough. So it's not a yes. This is actually a no, so we're going to add to our little thing here. If I have a no here, this is where I need to come over and add another step. This is where we say, I'm going to put a little star here, what else do you know? And this could be any of the other things we've talked about. It's all of the things that are on the sides, the insides of our cover here, right? These things here, midpoint, perpendicular, reflexive property, vertical angles, all of these things that we've been using are the things that I might know. So let's just put a couple of examples. Vertical angles. And this one, we've been using it, but we didn't talk about the name. When it's the same side shared in both of them, we call that the reflexive property, and we're going to be using that a lot. Could be the reflexive property. That's when it's a shared side. Could be alternate interior angles, etc. Once you find out what else you know, we're going to write it down, and then we're going to go back to number 3. So when we get here and we can't prove congruence yet, we come over here and we say, what else do we know? And we pick something else that we can tell from the picture, we write that down, and then we go back to number 3. So let's look at our example we were working with. Well, what else do we know on this? Well, we know that this one in the middle, BD, is congruent to BD. How do we know that? Well, BD is congruent to BD by number 1 right here. It's a reflexive property because that's the shared side. So our reason for that is reflexive property. You don't have to remember it because it's literally right there. You're going to do this a whole bunch of times, and by the time you're done with your homework, you're going to remember reflexive property. So I did reflexive property. Now I come back and I say, go back to number 3. Now can I prove congruence? Can I use one of these? Let's look here. I have side, side, side. Oh, I can prove congruence now. So I write my congruence statement. This is number 4 that we had right here. State congruence and postulate. Copy your congruence statement down. And my reason is side, side, side. Okay, the next one. So the next one, we're going to do all the things again. Label the picture. You have to label the picture every time. If you don't label the picture, you're not going to get these right. You have to label the picture. Start with that. IJ is congruent to LJ. HJ is congruent to JK. And that's it. Okay, step 2. Write the given. So write the given over here. IJ is congruent to LJ. HJ is congruent to KJ. And we know that because it's given. So on my steps here, label the picture, write the given. Can we prove it's congruent? Nope, I just have 2 sides, so nope. So what else do I know? Oh, I know vertical angles, right? On this one, I know vertical angles. So here I need to name these angles. IJH is congruent to LJK, I think that's a K, and I know that by vertical angles. So I was here. Can I prove it's congruent? What else do I know? I knew vertical angles. Go back to number 3. Now can we prove it's congruent? Side, angle, side. Yes, we can. Write your congruent statement. And this time they didn't give it. That's not what they're asking me to prove. We're going to come back to that in a second. So just write your congruent statement. IJH is congruent to triangle LJK. And remember I had a number 5 here that we didn't use? That's where we're going to use it. Use CPCTC if needed. We don't need this every time. I only need it where they're asking me to show some other side. So if they're asking me to show some other side or some other angle, that's where I use CPCTC. So that's super easy. Once I know these triangles are the same, this is what we said on the front side. Once I know they're the same, now I can use CPCTC to say the other stuff is also the congruent. So what I want to do is I go to this prove. This is what I'm going to use right here. IH is congruent to LK, and my reason at that point is always CPCTC. And I'm done with that one. All right, number 5, the same steps. I'm going to go through a little quicker. Label the picture. Y's X is congruent to ZY. Angle XYW. You do have to be careful that you get these in the right places. XYW, this one is congruent to this one. Now we need to prove it, so copy this down. Okay, so step 1, I drew it on the picture. Step 2, write the given. Step 3, can I prove that it's congruent? No, because I just had a side and an angle, so what else do we know? Well, I know that this side is the same on both of them by the reflexive property. Now can I prove it's congruent? Side, angle, side. Yes, I can, so I write that out, side, angle, side. Then what they really want me to prove is this part over here. So step 5, write out that part out. I can now say that this side here is congruent to this side here by CPCTC. And that's it.